Hi.
Let me ask you something.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it on? Is it on, honey? Is this thing recording? What's up, YouTube land, Twitter land, Instagram land, Snapchat, Grindr, Scruff, BGC, Jack, Facebook, Periscope, and last but not least, every single one of my bitches. Christian Mingle and the lands all across the land. This is your girl T.S. Madison, honey, and I am coming to you loud, live, and always and forever in color from the marvelous chateau.
First off, as someone who impacted the online talk show genre, I want to thank you for doing my show. Please, please bless us with your intro. Just kidding, you already did it.
I did it. Did I do it?
You did the damn thing.
When you make people know who you are, you have to have something unique about yourself that will stick with them. Because in the age of social media and on all of that stuff, you can easily get lost in the ruckus of the shuffle of things that's going on. But when you're unique, honey, when you're loud, live, and in color, when you're the girl that creates the social patterns, you'll never get lost. But you do need a staple of something. And I think that intro has always been my staple. Oh, well, that and step your pussy up if you haven't seen it. So,
where did I just hear that?
well, you just heard it on, and just like that, it's for Sarah Jessica Parker. It came out of Sarah Jessica Parker's mouth.
How did that make you feel? You have like an iconic line in the reboot.
Well, it really makes me feel good, and it makes me feel some kind of way at the same time. Because one, I don't think that a lot of the readers or the viewers that are watching it that's outside of the LGBT kind of know exactly like where it kind of, what popularized it. I know that Nicki Minaj used to say it all the time, and it was something that I ingested from Nicki Minaj. However, in the context in which Sarah Jessica Parker and the brand of the Sex and the City brand was using it, it was used in the context from the T.S. Madison brand because they had a LGBT person, saying it. I think they probably thought it came from Drag Race, but my influence and my presence and my stuff was in Drag Race long before I even made a guest judge appearance on there. And that's where that's the Step Your Pussy Up came when I was reading Carmen Carrera Down to the Floor about the whole tranny gate situation. And I told them, be yourself, bitch. Step your pussy up, honey. Get a job. Own a business, bitch. Suck a dick. Let me say this so that everyone can understand. Carmen Carrera is a beautiful trans woman. She's extremely beautiful. I found her to be extraordinarily beautiful, and I followed her on Drag Race and stuff like that. But there are things in her character that probably like things in my character that she might not like, and there are things in her character that I don't like. But I do support her as a trans person because she's my trans sister. But at the end of the day, I really wish that all the things didn't happen the way that it did, so that it wouldn't be like some kind of little, what's the word I want to use? It's a little separation with us. I don't have a personal issue with her. I don't personally, I don't know her. Personally, I don't.
Personally, I do, and I will say it was very motherly advice, and I think it was perfect and spot on.
And to tell her to step her pussy up?
Absolutely. She needed to hear that. I think we all need to hear that sometime.
You knew you was going to get out this mess. You knew you was going to get a whole bunch of mess here.
The look giving today on Zoom?
The look on Zoom is giving very, very, very young Eartha Kitt, very meow, very kitty pussy meow, very... very grown woman with curly hair that's out there ready to ravish the fountain of youth. And if you don't know what the fountain of youth is, then I'm after the 30-year-old men right now, honey, to keep my skin so succulent and so pretty.
Well, honey, and yes, I've been searching for the fountain of youth myself.
Honey, get you a 30-year-old man, girl.
Are you single?
I am single. I'm single because I'm going to be completely transparent with you.
Please.
I am single because I have been tainted by my former career.
Mm.
In my former career, I was an adult actress, and I was into sex work and stuff like that. I don't shun away from my past because it has been a part of catapulting me into my future. But it also has left severe emotional trauma and severe trauma in trust and love and things like that. And it really has made me, see the world in a different light. I feel like I lost a lot of my innocence being involved into sex work and things like that. And I lost my innocence from sometimes we need to be a little vulnerable to things.
All the time, every day, honey.
Sometimes.
Yes, though. Um, we all have things in our past, regardless of who we are and where we come from. And I really appreciate you being as honest and transparent as you just were. I mean, there's so many girls out there that have gone and have to do sex work. So you are once again trailblazing with just who you are. You are like the ultimate mother, and I love you so much for that because our community needs you, like through and through, through and through.
I would really advise the girls of the present to do all you can to preserve your innocence and preserve your vulnerability to things. Do all you can to keep that stuff sacred because once it's been tainted and once the real has been revealed to you, you'll never see anything else but the real.
So what is your type?
Alex, I'm really trying to revamp that. I'm trying to revamp that because I'm a hood bitch, and I used to really love a good piece of trade, a hood dude. I've really been so conditioned to think that men should be a certain way in order for them to be real men. I fell under the stereotype of mask for femme, and you know I think that I've limited myself for so long by thinking that men have to be extremely macho, DL, a thug, drug dealer, football player, basketball. That I've made all the men in between those spaces obsolete, and I've separated myself from the all type of men I might need to meet. But wait a minute, hold on. I have met the doctor, I have met the lawyer, I have met the teacher, I have met the architect, but they've all been tricks.
From the Queen Supreme Court to Maddie in the Morning, you have some of the most popular must-see live shows across social media. How do you keep things fresh beyond what's on the docket?
Well, to be honest with you, my opinion is the freshest out there, honey. I do realize that I'm a Black trans woman. That's very popular. When I pop up with an opinion or a view on something, it might make news.
It just might.
It just might make news because my opinion is I'm very strong in my opinion. I'm very solid in my beliefs, and I am a huge representation of my community, of my LGBT community, especially my people of color and trans experience. I will always do it because I hear what people say. This is like when I occupied the Breakfast Club later.
Mind you, sorry to interrupt you, was my favorite interview you've ever done.
You like the Breakfast Club?
It put you on in a way that I'd never seen you. I was rooting for you. You killed that interview.
Let me tell you something.
So
what was important to me when I entered the Breakfast Club space is me knowing that the Breakfast Club is a staple in our community as Black and brown people. So I understand that, occupying that space, that I didn't go in there just with my solid voice. I went in there with the voices of millions of people in my community. And what was important to me was to not oh, I don't want to say this in a malicious way so that no one thinks that I'm coming for anyone that has already occupied that space, but I'm just going to say it. For me not to pander to the thoughts and and gain acceptance from those people, but to speak from a place of, hey, I'm not the main voice, but there are voices out there and they're saying this. And what you can no longer do is have your get out of jail free card in disrespecting us. We're not having it. We don't need to be your friends. We don't need to be your confidants. What you need to understand is that we're here, we're queer. Bitch, get used to it.
TS, what are you watching on TV these days?
Oh, currently on television, that's interesting to me right now. Magic, mysticism, sci-fi.
Okay.
Like I'm into all that.
I never guessed that.
Listen, I can run you down Marvel, DC. I can run all that stuff down to you. So I've watched Loki on Disney.
Okay.
Disney Plus. I've watched all the Star Wars trilogy stuff. I've watched. I'm excited for the new things that are coming out, like the Kenobi series is getting ready to come out on Disney Plus, and the Bad Batch and the Ahsoka series that's coming. I'm into Chapelwaite that was on Epics, as you know, there was like vampires and all this stuff, and that's from Stephen King's Salem's Lot. Because I remember when I was young, and I watched the Master Razor from the floor off the Salem's Lot stuff. It's like I'm into. I watch everything. Like I absorb all of the stuff.
If you were to do reality TV again, or have a show of your own, what would you want? Which franchise would you want to be on, or what would your show be about?
Ooh.
Hey, girl.
All right. So here's the thing. I would like to do Celebrity Big Brother. I would enjoy doing that. But I really would like to do the Housewives of Atlanta. To be honest with you, I would love to be a permanent guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Speaking of season 14 of Drag Race, it's coming up. You are one of the guest judges.
I was back there watching you talk about your families, and I just want to really touch on this. People really don't understand how important it is for us LGBTQI and all the other letters people to have our families really support us.
Who were some of your favorites this season?
Some of the girls that are there that are really talented, that I really took an extreme liking to George's.
Okay, and why is that?
Because George's was so pussy to me, like so cunt, so I was just like, I hope what I said to George's, they kept it in the edit. Mamas, you are a fierce piece of puss.
Yeah.
You are hot, mamas. I really enjoyed. I love to see the big girls come through and shake it up. So all the big girls that are there, I love to see them come through and shake it up. I did. I can't give away because if I start talking, they're gonna be like,
"You're good. You're great, actually."
I enjoyed the girls. I particularly really liked George's because George's was so petite and cunt and stuff to me. Like I really enjoyed George's.
Yes, you have been a part of the World of Wonder family. Let Me Pick You Up, Wait a Minute, several Drag Race appearances.
And the T.S. Madison experience.
How has the new visibility affected the T.S. Madison brand?
I will say this. I love World of Wonder because like they really are very protective of me. They're protective of the way that my brand grows in spaces. And they don't want me being exploited as a Black transsexual on television, you know, because I went in with certain rules with them. Like
You set the tone.
I set the tone, and they're LGBT. That's what's important to me, because there are sometimes we as LGBT people may get out in the world and we don't have the protection or the back of our people. Like, we'll get out there, we'll be a part of a system of entertainment, and then they'll be on TV calling us men and dudes and fags and stuff like this. It'll pander right into the whole
Toxic cycle.
yes.
We saw you both on the small screen on Wee's TS Madison experience and big screen on Zola. It's giving TS prime time, honey. Like, are you so proud?
I am extremely proud of myself, because given my sordid past, I dreamed of being there, but the odds that were stacked against me said otherwise. It said, your dreams are too big, girl. You won't be occupying those spaces. However, I chased them and I walked right into my dreams. And so, with me being on the T.S. Madison experience, it opened up a gateway, which, to be honest with you, I'm going to tell you a secret again.
Please do.
I filmed Zola before I filmed the T.S. Madison experience.
Really?
I had filmed Zola way before my deal was even dry.
What do you have coming up?
That I can say right now. I am in the a Netflix movie that's coming out. It's called The Perfect Find with Gabrielle Union. Yeah, and I also am in the movie that's coming out August. Now, I know the date for this, August 12th, 2022. It's Bros, the movie with Billy Eichner, Miss Lawrence, Luke McFarlane. I can't reveal all the cast that was in the movie, because we have some very heavy hitters that came through that movie. Do you hear me? Like, listen to me. I was on set doing scenes and, in this thing with some of the most iconic and legendary people that I was just like, whoa. Okay, my line's up, yes, because that's what actors do. They fuck up their line. And I was really sitting there looking at people. I said, oh, well, shit, I'm not that bad. This bitch is a veteran. This bitch fucking her line up 57 fucking times. And she fucking up her line too. Okay, well, I don't feel as bad. But it was so good. I felt so good doing it. I'm so proud of Universal Pictures for being a first to greenlight something so major.
Close our segment of our show today and ask you one final question. Who is on your guest list?
Oh, for which party? For my sex party or my Christmas party?
All of them.
So if I had a sex party, who would be on my guest list? Oh God, I'm gonna say these things and I'm gonna say it with conviction. Idris Elba. Oh, he's married. Oh, his wife can watch. I love I want a piece of that damn. I'm not gonna lie and tell you that. I want a piece of that freaking Captain America.
Because
Baby.
Chris.
Ooh.
Mr.
Yes.
Chris.
Yes, I want the Captain America, and I want him to bring his shield, because he's gonna need it.
Well, T.S. Madison, you are definitely on the guest list.
I'm on the guest list? Yes!
Permanently, bitch. Permanently.
Guess who's coming home for Christmas, mama? It's me!
Come on, baby. Thank you for doing my little show, honey. It was so nice to meet you.
Thank you. Listen, call me, message me, beat me, page me, do whatever you need to do to me, but just do it to me, okay?